Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of my Python for Absolute Beginners Guide series. In today's part, what I'm going to be showing you is variables, the print method, and also how to comment. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm just going to head into VS Code. I'm going to open up variables.py, just double click. And first of all, I'm going to quickly go over some Python variable naming rules. First of all, variable names are case sensitive. Now what this means is that greeting all lowercase and greeting all uppercase will count as different variables, as although they all contain the same letters, they're different cases. So yeah, they're case sensitive, so just keep that in mind because that definitely causes a lot of frustration among programmers when they make even a slight typo and it just completely messes everything up. Another rule is that it must start with a letter or an underscore. So it can't start with a number or any other symbol. It has to be a letter or an underscore. But however, a variable name can contain numbers in Python, but just not at the beginning. So name one would be okay, but not one name. And finally, it can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscores. So it can only contain characters from A to Z, 0 to 9, or underscores, of course. Now that that's out of the way, something I want to show you quickly is how to comment in Python. So this commenting is especially useful if you want to clean up your code, make it clear what each part of your code does, which makes it easier for you and other programmers to read and understand what's going on. So one way to do it, a single line, is just a hashtag. This is a comment. And it's a comment. Now with multi-line comments, you can also do them. And that's exactly what I've done here. And I'll quickly show you how to do them. There's two different ways. You could either do multiple hashtags in a row on different lines, on different lines. This is a multi-line comment. However, I personally just think this looks a bit wrong. So what I'd recommend you do is just put in some speech marks, have 3 opening and 3 closing, and then type in this is a proper multi-line comment. Obviously, if you like this form, that's fine. I just personally prefer this. So yeah, now that that's out of the way, let's get into Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's get into different types of cases you can use for variable names containing multiple words. The first type you can do is camel case. Now, camel case is where each word in the variable, so camel case is where each word will start with an uppercase letter in the variable name, except for the first one. First one will start with a lowercase letter, rest with an uppercase letter. And so to type in first number, that would be the first word, and it would start with a lowercase f. Second word is number, would start with an uppercase n. And we'll just set that equal to 1. So that's how we declare variables. We just type in the name, followed by an equals, and then whatever value you want to pass in. Okay, and I'm going to quickly show you another type of comment as well, and that's a comment on the same line as this code. So to do that, simply type in hashtag, this is another comment. So putting in a hashtag will just comment out the rest of the line. Now, the second type of case you can use is Pascal case. Pascal case is where every word starts with an uppercase letter. So first number would be written as this, first number, with a capital F and a capital N. And we'll set that to 2. Now the third and final type of case is snake case. Snake, Python, kind of funny, don't lie. Anyway, so to do snake case, all the words will start with a lowercase letter, but between each word there'll be an underscore. So first number, would be written like this, and we'll set that equal to 3. So those are the different types of cases you can use. And now let's move on to variable types and actually just creating some different types of variables. First of all, we're going to start with a string. So you don't have to put the type anywhere, it just automatically detects it. To better explain what I mean, I'll just demonstrate it. So greeting is equal to, so you can either use speech marks or you can use 2 apostrophes. I'm going to use speech marks here, and we'll set greeting as hello there. So a string is basically just a set of characters, just a set of characters. So it can be words, numbers, letters, anything like that. As long as it's between 2 speech marks or 2 apostrophes, it's a string. And now, and why not? I'll create one with apostrophes, just to show that both work fine for declaring a string. So I don't have to say what the type is anywhere. You just assign that value to the variable. So you put it in the variable and it will just automatically detect and identify the type of it. So the next type of variable you can have is int or integer. And as an example, I'll do x equals 3. So an int is just a whole number, basically, an integer. It's really not more complicated than that. Next type is a float, which is another numerical type, but this time it's a decimal number. So we 4.0. And now the final main type I want to show you is bool. And bool can be either one of 2 values. It can be either true or false, and both in this language must start with an uppercase letter. So it has to be capital T true. Lowercase t true won't work. So those are the different types of variable types, and what you can also do is you can get the type of the variable. So say in the off chance you don't know what a string or an int is, or you're passing a value and you don't know exactly what type it is, you can check by using a type method and a print method. And this is where I'm going to introduce the print method quickly. So the print method is basically, it will just print whatever you've passed into it to the terminal. To demonstrate what I mean, I'll do print parentheses, very important, and in between the parentheses I'll put the variable name greeting, and this will just print the value that's stored in that variable. So I'll bring out the terminal. For those wondering, if you want to open a terminal, yep, terminal, new terminal. There we go. I'll just do command prompt. And now I'll save it first of all. And now to run a Python file, you want to type in python3 space followed by the name of the file, which is variables.py. And as you can see, hello there, which is stored in greeting, was printed to the terminal window. And that's basically what print is. Not much more complicated than that. And now I'm going to be showing you how to get the type of a variable. So say we want to get the type of variable y. We type in print, parentheses, and then type in type, parentheses, and we'll put in y. And now we'll open up the terminal again and type in python3 variables.py. And as you can see, class float, and float indeed is the type of y. And that's how you can get the type. Well, I'll do it one more time. So this time we'll do type of isTrue variable. Python3 variables.py. And as you can see, we've got bool. And another thing you can do is you can change the type of variables in a process known as casting. So say you've got x equals 3, that's currently an int. What if you want to change it to a string? Well, all you have to do is type in x is equal to str parentheses x, and that will convert it to a string. And I'm just going to do some printing here. And this time when we call type of x, it's going to return string. And there we go. str, string. Pretty cool, isn't it? And I'll give you one more example. So we'll convert, tell you what, we'll convert is true to a string as well. Or, no, we'll convert y to an int. So to do that, just do y is equal to int y. And then print type of y. So if we had 4.5 here, it would cut that off as a result, as it's been converted to an int. So I'll print the value of y afterwards to show you what I mean. Yep, and as you can see, class int, and we only get 4. And that's typecasting. And you can convert it back, but this time it won't show 4.5, it will show 4.0, as the 0.5 got cut off when you turned it into an int. I'll just demonstrate that now. There we go. And now I'm going to show you how to assign multiple values to multiple variables at the same time. So to do that, what you have to do is use commas. So A, that's one variable name, comma B, comma space C, comma space D. That's 4 variables. And now we'll put in 4 values. So to do that, just do 1, comma space 2.0, comma space hello world, again, comma space false. So 4 types again. So 1's being put into A, 2.0 is being put into B, etc. Whatever position it's in on this side here, we'll go into the variable in that same position on the other side. And I'll show you how to do that. Sorry. And I'm just going to show to you that it's worked. So to do that, I'll do print A, print B, print C, print D. And if we do that, it's assigned all the values. So yeah, it's a pretty cool, efficient way of creating variables. And with that, that will bring us to the end of this part. So I hope you've learned a lot and gained a lot of value from this part. Anything you think that could be improved in future videos, don't hesitate to let me know in the comments down below. A like and subscribe will be much appreciated, but isn't absolutely necessary, even if it will leave me crying at night due to the lack of views and subscribers I'm getting at the moment. But anyway, main thing is, I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. Goodbye.